What did you just say?
I said your dream stinks.
He said it again. Come here.
What's up, Lorcana community? This is Jake with Team Snuggly Duckling, and this is Tavern Talk episode 10. We're on 10 now, guys. Holy moly, we've been doing this for a while now. It seems like a lot, but today we have Taylor, Robbie, and Waking Life, aka Jimmy, and we're here and we're covering a couple of the new cards from Reign of Jafar. We're not going to go through a lot of the cards because there's so many that were released that, might be not on our list. But we're going to cover each of us 4 cards, and we're going to just take a guess and say if it's a hit or miss, if it's a meta or bust. So we'll see our cards, and we'll just hop straight to it. I guess I will. I'll go first because I am first on the cards. Here we go. So I'm thinking Down in New Orleans. What a card! What a card for us. How do y'all like that? How do y'all
I'm
like?
glad it's not a sing together.
It sucks that it's not, but
Nah, it's great that it's not.
Great,
That would've-
great that it's not.
but
Hoping it's
overall,
enchanted.
as a card, it's a NOLA card. Like that's
I know.
I think that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I had no idea that it was actually called Down in New Orleans. I've watched this movie quite a few times too, so I don't. Maybe
It's a
just
song at the end.
It's part of the lyrics of the song. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah. Is it? I don't know the name of the actual song, but it's probably just lyrics of the song. But what it does is look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character, item, or location card with cost 6 or less and play it for free. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. With blue red and blue steel, this is going to be a powerhouse of a card, I think. Being able to sing with your 6 and play basically any card in your deck, it could be really, really good. I think it's going to be used in quite a few different decks other than blue steel and blue red. Also maybe blue yellow with the high cost singers that are in the deck, and maybe even some other decks that I'm not covering here. But I think it's a really interesting card, and maybe it will shake up the meta. I think it will. What do you guys think? We'll start with you, Jimmy. What do you think on that Down in New Orleans card?
Oh yeah, it'll definitely see play. At least a 2 of, probably a 3 of in a lot of decks. Just for the fact that it can play Tamatoa for free.
Yeah.
And
Well-
it'll be blue, green,
Yeah.
yellow, blue, all the blue decks,
Yeah.
all the color combinations that it'll be played in.
Do you think it's going to be in any like yellow blue song? I guess you're saying yellow blue would be used.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it finds anywhere anyone who's playing blue is probably playing this card, as long as it's not an aggro deck.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be sung by Maui Shark. It could, recycle itself playing more Maui Sharks off the top, or Manners, or any of those big cards that they all play. It sucks that it won't hit Sisu and Maleficent Dragon or anything like that. I think it's a very fair card with a cost 6 or less. Is really, really fair for a 6 song. So I really like that they thought about this a little bit when they were designing this card to make it a really just level card. Like it's a very leveled, equal effect.
There's
And-
always a chance you whiff.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. There's no chance there's if you hit 3 songs, I guess, right?
Yeah, 3 actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think this is a well-designed card. It wasn't sing together. It's very powerful and uninkable. I think if it was cost like 7 or less, it might have been too good.
Yeah.
In some areas, there's just some 7 drops that are pretty good. I think there's a potential this becomes a 4 of in some decks.
Yeah.
Potentially after rotation.
Yeah.
It's more playing something kind of for free. you don't lose the cards. They go to the bottom of the deck. It's not like they go to discard or something. It's real good. I like this card a lot. I think it goes in any blue deck.
Yeah.
Besides aggro. That was a good point. Besides aggro.
Yeah. What do you
I
think,
think
Robbie?
if these went to the card would be even better.
I think it depends on the build. If it was an amber deck or something that got things out of discard, sure. I mean, I guess even with some of the blue items right now.
Steel is going towards like a discard
Discard
style.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Same with red, like
Namaari
putting
and
stuff for shark and
True. To recycle.
I don't know. I think losing cards sometimes is a disadvantage. Like with Steel Song, the way it is right now. You're getting down to your last like 15 or so cards. So losing some cards, I don't know about that.
What do you think, Robbie? Down in New Orleans, man.
There's so many really good 6-cost characters. I mean, you got, like, we already have confirmed that Big Tink's coming back. And that
True.
card was brutal before, being able to play it for, being able to play it for free, but just, this seems even worse now. Like, I don't know how, there's so many good 6-cost, just regular characters, right? And then you can use this to cheat out manners now, because it's items or locations. I mean, my favorite thing about this is that Lucky Dime's a 7-cost and not a 6. Right. People be cheating. You play this, you cheat out a dime, and then let's say you still have Tamatoa on the field that can quest and play another dime. Like, it's just there's so many possibilities with this thing. Especially knowing, like, even after like post rotation, there's still so many good cards. I mean, you got, what is it, the big Baymax that has Universal Shift. That's a 6-cost. You got the Cusco that inks an item. That's a 6-cost. The Ariel that you can play on that she gains +2 if you have more items. She's a 6-cost. I mean, you got Maui Shark. But even after Maui Shark, there's so many other good Medusa, Tremaine, Hydra. Now, granted, like, you got Medusa and Tremaine that's leaving, but for this set right here, I mean, it's not. Like, it's going to be around for a little bit more. You'll have it for a little bit, but if, like, even in Amber, there's so many good Amber.
Amber has some really good.
Let's say you, like, think about this for a second. It's like, if you play that, like, a blue Amber, like, bodyguard style deck, you Naveen play this, you flip over to brand new Chief Bogo. That every time a bodyguard is banished, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character 5 or less, you just play it. You play it for free, or you put it back on the top of your deck. That's gonna be wicked. You have the what is it? The Perdita, right? The Perdita. Remember the Perdita from set 3 that's still gonna be around when you play this character, and whenever she quests, right? You get to play a character. I think it's 2 costs or less from your discard for free. Yeah, like, there's just so many good 6-cost characters alone that you don't have to look lower for items and locations, and you can tell it's going to be a good card. I'm like Taylor. I think this is going to be a 4 of.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all the locations are
there isn't one
usable ones. Yeah, right. That under 6, like, hands down.
We don't have a location that costs 6 yet, so I mean, it's good.
Yeah. Let's move on to my next card, and I think this is definitely a meta card. This is going to be, I don't say a 4 of, but it's going to be at least a 3 or 2 of in every Blurple deck, like, from here on out. Like, this card is absolutely bonkers. A 6/8 that has Rush, and choose and discard a card, ready this character. He can't quest for the rest of the turn. Whoopee. He's clearing your board if the whole board's tapped, typically with 8 health and doing 6 damage. He lives through Maui. Like, I don't think there's many cards in this game that can say that. So, just it being Rush and being able to just retap with a Blurple deck that typically has more cards in hand at in-game, with Finders, Keepers, Friends, Genies, and all the draw that comes along with the deck, Gaston and all that stuff. It's going to be a really powerhouse card because it's what we needed in the Steel Song matchup, is when they do tap all their cards, a card that can clear the field and, kind of just get us back on tempo. And I think this Monstro, which I love the character Monstro from Pinocchio, great character. But yeah, I think he's going to change the meta. I really do. Taylor, you look excited. What do you think?
I don't think it's going to be good at all.
Bro.
You have to have cards in your hand to do what you're saying, and you might not. This would, I mean, yeah. I just don't know what you would get back. You play it in Blurple, you have to discard items or something and get them back with Tamatoa. You play it in Steel, a purple Steel deck. You're not getting anything back. You play it in Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything back unless you play like It Calls Me or something. I mean, just
Right.
something obscure. I think you're gonna end up running out of cards. I think it maybe is good at like a 2-of. I don't think you do it more than that. I think you're gonna end up running out of cards to do this effect, and I think it's gonna fall off very quickly.
I mean, but typically, I'll just say this. Typically with Blurple, I'm usually down on tempo, maybe a card or two at most. This is gonna kill the first card no matter what. I don't have to discard anything for that.
Sure.
So the next hit is depending on if my hand is healthy and with what cards I have in my hand. I think, I don't know, maybe you're right. Maybe we do get to this point where I'm at turn 7 playing Monstro and not having enough cards in hand. I can see.
And then it just becomes I'm just gonna use Steel Song as the example because I don't think it's going away next set at all. How do you okay, you played it, you have cards in your hand, you get rid of whatever they may have had exerted, if they exerted things. And then you don't have a hand, they wheel. I mean, then you have a hand again. I don't know. I feel like the cost.
If they're gonna wheel me, it might be worth it. You know what I mean?
I do. I think there are cards that can help it ready instead of the
Discard.
discard that need to be looked at. I don't know. It probably has a home somewhere. Everyone was really big on. It's like Scar. I get that. You know, Scar readies itself though after it clears or gets challenges.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. I hope it works out. I don't think it's a 3 or 4 of. I think this is going to be down to like 2 quickly.
Yeah. I don't know, Jimmy.
We're gonna see.
What's your take on it, man? Let's hear it.
It's a situational card for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a 2 of in Blurple and Blurple only, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Because you have to play the game to be in the spot you need to be to draw this card. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's early ink.
Right. It's early
always.
ink. Like, it's also a card that's a lot better against worse players.
Yeah.
So it'll be played in locals in your local meta, but I think as we get DLCs and stuff, it might not get played in the purple deck, depending on how the meta shapes up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's something we'll definitely have to see in this next set coming out soon here. But yeah, I think we're gonna be playing it. I think we're gonna be playing. Robbie, what's your take on it?
I mean, look, I like it. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I don't, because I do see there being a time, especially in Blurple, where you get this on the field, especially against Steel Song, and it halts. Like, if they don't have the stuff to remove it right then and there, and they would have to wheel you to do it, I don't see them wheeling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see them, because the worst thing they could do is wheel you, give you a hand of 7 cards, and then not be able to remove it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, when it comes down, it's killing a card no matter what.
Yeah,
you know what
like,
I mean?
it's definitely taking one thing out. I don't think it's a 4 of. I just see
No.
it's too late in the game. It being inkable does help it out a lot, because if you ever get early game with it where you're stuck with it, but I absolutely could see some people running 1 or 2 of these for sure, especially in Blurple. I think in Purple Red, at least as long as Maui's around, this doesn't go anywhere near it. Just because you're gonna play this. I'm a Maui crab the very next turn and just wipe it off the board. Like, it's not gonna be a huge problem. I mean, everybody's used to Maui trading 1-for-1s all day long.
Right.
I mean, I like its ability to be able to, into its, other blue decks, of being able to re-ready itself, hit a location, like hit a mana, re-ready itself, hit a mana again. And now the mana that was just played is taken out, which is kind of somewhat hard sometimes if you don't see the crabs and foxes in your hand. But, I mean, I think it's good. I think time's going to tell, right? Something might come out that makes it light years better and not long.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a wait and see thing.
Yeah. I also like that it does not die to Maui Shark and kills Maui Shark at the same time. That's another like big thing I like about this card, because if you don't have the answer on 7, typically you're fishing or drawing, scrying, trying to find that Hades or the Let It Go. This is an answer. This is like, I'm going to play this, and if you don't nuke the field, I'm just going to quest away with it for 2 every turn. And then, like, some turns, he can even sing, or you could quest with him, discard a card, restand him, sing Let It Go. You know what I mean? Like, you can really abuse his re-ready ability late in game, especially if you can get him flat on the field and then maybe play a Finders Keepers and get ahead on card draw and stuff like that. And when you do know you're playing those Steel Song decks and stuff that, nuke your hand, because we're going to be dealing with other cards that nuke your hand and make you draw new cards. We'll talk. I think one of us might have that card in one of their, but we'll get to it. But yeah, anyways, it restands itself if you're playing against a deck that gives you more cards, basically. So I really like that, because that's one of our weak points, and it's able to clear field. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go to these 2 cards. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be played. I'm looking at them and saying they are good cards. I don't know. I just don't know yet. Namaari, when you play this character at the start of your turn, you may draw a card and then choose and discard a card. It's a simple, draw, discard a card, just like Simba, just like Mulan. But it's a 5-drop that says also that for every card in your discard, that's how much attack this card has. So if you've been discarding cards beforehand, or if you wheel into playing this card, typically this card has like freaking 8 or 9 attack with some of these, abilities to be able to discard. So it's kind of ridiculous. I think it's going to be very playable. But what deck? I don't really know. Like, blue steel is where I see it really shining.
Red steel.
Red steel.
I want to take this one first. I want to take this.
Yeah, go ahead, Robbie. I love the card. I think it's going to be good.
If Zeus does not stay around, this card is insane.
Yeah.
Like I just don't see a world where there's really not any hard removal after the rotation right now, right? You're gonna use 7. You're gonna use 7 ink to out auto something, or 7 ink to energy blast it. Like, that's where we're at. Like, you're gonna have to carry things, because this thing it kills everything.
Everything.
Because by the time you get to turn 5, it's not unheard of to have 5, 6, 7 cards in your discard already. So at a bare minimum, this card's gonna come into play as a 5/5, which is relatively strong.
I'd say at least a 5/5, yeah.
And then every turn after that, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. It's one of those cards that it's never going to scale down the whole entire game unless you can get the cards from people's discards back into their deck, which is not something you really want to do. It just gets beefier and beefier and beefier.
Yeah, it's gonna be able to kill locations. It's not gonna be able to be targeted by Medusa or any of these cards that really target the attack. It's gonna be hard to deal with it with Sapphire Coil. I really like you said, as the game progresses, this card gets stronger. And you're right, Robbie. It really does get top end really freaking strong towards the end of the game, especially if you're playing them, back to back after 2 or 3 wheels. Let's just say something like that. Jimmy, what do you think? Namaari, what's it going to be played in? First off, you said red steel, Robbie, right?
Yeah, I agree with Taylor. Taylor said red steel.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna be running Glimmer versus Glimmer.
Yeah. Jimmy, what you think?
I like the card. I like its abilities. I like its stats. I like everything about it. I just don't see it getting played. I don't know where it gets played. like I don't even think it gets played in red steel. Like it doesn't have the room for it. I mean, maybe
I
the
still
deck's
building
viable.
that deck.
I think it has room in it in red.
After
Steel.
rotation.
I mean, it's slow.
I mean,
I don't know about that. I don't know about after rotation. I think it's good right now while Vitalosphere is still active. Vitalosphere goes away.
Oh yeah, I get you that.
Vitalosphere makes this card great.
Yeah,
that's a good
bonkers.
point.
It kills whatever that isn't evasive or not exerted. And in some instances, it doesn't matter if a card is going to be exerted anymore with red steel. That combination, and you know I'm lying because even afterwards, that new Mushu there is that you exerted to get something rush.
No,
Evasive,
it's the
no.
one when you play it. Rush, reckless, and evasive.
Yeah, there's that one too, but there's one there where you just exert it. It gives a character rush. It's like a 2 or 3 drop. I can't remember right now. It's a new one. I think this card has a home. I think it's in red steel though. I don't know if it's in anything else right now. I mean, if you want to play it, sure. But I mean, it has the ability to do what we were saying with Monstro and clear whatever, but it takes one turn and one card and nothing more. It's a May. You can go through your deck looking for something because it's at the start of your turn ability as well. I think this really helps. That alone, now that I'm saying it out loud, the scrying ability that it has might put it in purple steel.
Really? Okay.
Why not? Purple has cards that can put cards back into a deck. And if all of a sudden all you're doing to end a game is questing for this and going to find right now a goat or something that gets you 1 lore, which Amethyst has a ton of cards that do that all of a sudden. You're gonna find it. You're gonna find it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like that said, it's a meta or bust. It could be a bust, guys. It could be a bust. This could be a useless legendary that no one plays. I'm sure people are gonna test with it. We'll see, later on down in the season. But the next card we're gonna cover is the Desperate Plan. I think this card's spicy. If you have no cards in your hand, draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Otherwise, choose and discard any number of cards and draw that many cards. Okay. Is it me or is this just the next whole new world? Like, is this the next whole new world? Like, is this what we got?
No.
No, the other steel card is.
The one that says choose each other.
The 7 one.
Yeah.
But do we think that this is going to be played in any deck?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. I think this is going to be the card that makes red steel deadly. I think this is red steel's new dock after they play dock. It's going to be a good way to draw cards, and then it's a good way also to kind of just find the answers that you need, especially with red steel being not really drawing a lot in their deck. You really need to have the right card on every play to really, put pressure on your opponent.
Right.
I think that this might be their new search card. I might be wrong. The other one's the Sing Together one, right? We're talking about, but
yes.
We'll talk about that one maybe a little bit later. Jimmy, do you think it's gonna be played in what?
I think it's got a really good home in blue steel. I think they can build with this for sure. I could definitely see it in a diggy hole type of deck.
Yeah.
Also in red steel, though no one's playing red steel. Like, come on.
He's saying no one's
It's
gonna
coming.
I think you're playing red steel in the last set chance.
I was saying, isn't someone in here playing red steel? I was literally
I voted
I think
for
someone's here playing.
It is Amber Ruby this week.
Yeah, it is.
That's gonna be good.
Let's I mean, Taylor, do you
Every steel deck should run this card.
What you think about this? Do you think it's any good?
Every steel deck should run this card.
You think?
It's unfortunate that this is an uninkable card. I definitely don't think that this needed to be uninkable. It would have been a fine with the exact same abilities as an inkable card. we have cards that do the same. Maybe they cost a little bit more, like Finders. Friends get you one less, and it's a song. In other colors, I think it would have been fine inkable. I think that makes it difficult to place, though. A red steel deck is gonna have a lot of uninkables right now.
Yeah.
However, there are definitely cards that are being played in red steel that I would remove for this. This gets you what you're looking for. It's a great option in a red steel deck with some of these things to discard things for a Maui shark to get it back. It's got a lot of uses. I like it a lot.
Yeah. All right, Robbie, what you think?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I wonder if it's gonna compete with Doc.
The other one?
It's Doc's. That's somewhat Doc's ability.
I think
Discard your hand, draw
Doc.
2.
But it's even better because let's just say you have 5 cards. Look, this is gonna really do well with Namaari. Is what all I'm saying. Like if you're
it's
playing
the same
Namaari,
option card. Yeah,
you
I
have to
do
be playing
think-
this.
I do think you see it in blue because I definitely see times where maybe you want to hurry up and discard 2 items that didn't come back with Tamatoa that just pull right back. And then not only did you discard those 2, you were able to refill your hand with 2 other cards that you needed. So like now, not only are you gonna get the 2 you put in the discard back, but then you're gonna get the 2 extra on top of it. So it's a 4-card swing real fast that you're just gonna play the Tamatoa the very next round. Like it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna see play.
Yeah, I think it's going to do really well with Maui Shark also. Being able to recycle or to be able to pitch the cards. I don't know how this works in the bag, but could you pitch the cards you want to then return with Maui Shark after playing this with Maui Shark? Right? Or I guess you swing, you would have to, you couldn't recycle it, right? I guess you would have to use it before.
could recycle it if you played it, attacked, got it back, played again, readied Maui Shark, and just kept going. But then you're going to go through your whole.
Yeah, right,
hand.
right. So it's not really that good on a recycle.
But you're right. Like the choice of being able, any number of cards, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's a great card. Great.
All right. Well, those were my picks. They might shake up the meta. They might not. We might not see any of these cards in any decks. But let's move on to let's see who we got as Taylor's meta or bust. Let's hear it, Taylor. Take it away.
I'm actually gonna start with Into the Unknown. First off, I think this card is. I'm really actually very glad it's a dual ink card. If this had just been blue, a sapphire, everyone would have switched to sapphire. This should immediately replace Let It Go in every deck. Why play both? Why do it? I mean, one's an action, one's a song. I get it. You can play this on turn 2. If you really, really had to, which I think very soon might become a thing with some of the other cards I want to talk about as well. It can ramp itself because the card that sings it can be placed into the inkwell. I guess because it has to be exerted, it shouldn't replace Let It Go. I understand that. But with Blurple, you have options to exert other cards. I think it is an excellent card. Good cost for it. Should be inkable. It could have been a legendary. This is a great card.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I really think that it's going to be probably a 3 or 4 of in all Blurple decks for sure. With Bell coming out on turn 1, which is not going anywhere for a whole nother set until Popsicle rotates out, if it does, which that thing's gone. But yeah, it's going to be a powerhouse in this set for sure. I really believe it is. Wow, what do you think, Robbie?
Yeah, that card's brutal. The second it came out, like I think Taylor was the one who like put it up first, and I was like at this, like he put it, then I put it within like 2 seconds of each other. I was like, this is insane. This is insane. Like someone's gonna pulse cycle Bell.
Uh-oh.
And then
we lost you, Robbie.
We lost you, Robbie.
Am I back?
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's literally in the unknown as we speak right now. Just like completely gone with it. That's how effective this card is. That was perfect. Thank you, Robbie, for whatever happened. That was.
Yeah, he's definitely into the unknown right now. His audio's going off while he's fixing his audio. Why don't you take it away, Jimmy? What do you think Into the Unknown?
Oh yeah, this card's great. It's I haven't liked many of the dueling cards. I wasn't a big fan of the whole design, but this is a really well designed card. It's
Yeah.
like perfect thematically, great card, constructed wise. It's just great. It'll be in all the Blurple decks for sure,
Has to be.
especially post rotation.
Yep.
When they switch more to the Anna Elsa
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
tap
sure.
tap and stay exerted.
Yep.
Yeah, love this card.
Yep.
All right, Robbie, what you got to say Into the Unknown? How was
Brought
it?
my back.
No, he's still there.
No.
I'll do.
I'm gonna let you back out in a minute, but right now, I mean, that's it's a good card. I mean, I think everyone's gonna agree. Everyone should play it if you play Blurple. I'm glad that it's Blurple. Like I said, if it was just a Sapphire card, it would have been too much.
Yep, too powerful.
Yeah, too powerful in there. It had to be limited. I will say, Jimmy made a really good point. The using of the dual inks in design to limit cards in a way is a good game design right now.
Yeah.
We'll see if that continues.
I think this is the first time it's been used in a good way.
I
I
understand
have
that.
not liked it previously.
No, I agree. I agree with that. But that's why I meant like maybe they learned something from it, and some things like because I think it's very easy like in a game like this to just like, hey, we're gonna change the color scheme of something a little bit. We're gonna add this other color on the card design and let it be. This is the one that they should follow this blueprint with a lot of other cards that they do with dueling. I think this is a good call.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like I said, I think it's going to be at least a 3 of in every Blurple deck there is, regardless if they're playing aggro or top end versions. There's multiple different versions of Blurple that are successful, but yeah, definitely Bell turn 1 this on to any big character. Typically we want to sing friends and just knock out your next character, and then turn 3 is probably when we can just wait it out, or even play Elsa. Wait till the Elsa turn and play Elsa, and then get rid of a major card,
exactly,
like Dark or something. So it's definitely going to be a very, very good card.
Very.
Even as like emergency ramp on a Tipo on turn 3 to get to your 6 or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Am I back?
Yeah, you're
back.
good.
It's cold as hell. It's cold as hell over here. This card's brutal. That's all I got to say. This card's brutal. Because I don't see how someone goes Paul Sickle Bell, turn 2 Sail, Ink, 3 Bell in the Inkwell, next turn 5. Elsa.
Yeah.
Kill whatever you already put out. Like on turn 3, I'm playing Elsa. I'm taking out whatever you got. Or I'm saying forget it, and I'm just gonna ramp again, go to 7, and then I'm a Hades whatever you got.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, being able to ramp yourself, which is really, really, really good in a situation, especially against like the red-blue decks that they're not playing too many characters or they're slow at the start.
Right.
And they're just playing this game where they're just kind of setting the board up, where you don't typically need your bell after it sings 1 friends. I mean, it'll get you some lore, don't get me wrong, but it definitely helps that your bell now can remove any card just any card, honestly. So because as long as you have an Elsa down, or I think we're going to see some more Sea Witches come down, because that allows you to tap anything if it sticks on the following turn. It can repeatedly tap other characters. And then we might even see the comeback of the genie that says when this card's exerted, all exerted characters are frozen and they can't re-ready. So we'll see. We'll see how that all goes.
Man, that's a really good segue for
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Go for it, Taylor.
This is a meta-defining card. Forget the stats.
Get them.
Forget it. Right now, there's a lot of combinations with this card and playing something that also came out in this set that might be previewed shortly. that gets you to lore immediately. This is a better Flynn because it's a on the play ETB like type of effect.
Yeah.
I really like it. That genie, that 7-cost genie that you were just talking about, you're gonna start seeing it in Ruby Amethyst decks now.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna lock down opponent boards if they went wide, and it's a good counter to singing songs. This card breaks a lot of the rules of the game, just because it allows you to play something exerted, and there's a lot of if this card is exerted effects.
Yeah.
I think this should be played. Forget the lore, honestly. The lore is a great bonus for this card. There's a world where on turn 4, if you or it doesn't even matter, if you have on your field board a Lumiere and you bounce for a fox and you just want to take something out, you just want the 2 lore. A goat can get you 3 lore on play with this thing with a Lumiere on board.
That's true.
There's a ton of play value with this. At first, when it came out, I really didn't have. I was like, oh, geez, like look at this other like 2-drop that we got with like these. It doesn't survive stats. I mean, it's not. It's gonna be immediately be taken out. And it should be. It's the target for any Let the Storm Rage On right now. But late game, when we were relying on Flynn before to survive in order to, like that one turn to maybe get that lore, you can get it on this turn now.
Yeah.
This plus a Maui is just 2 lore. Maui Shark, the genie that we're talking about right now, the legendary genie from set 5, maybe it was. I don't remember what set it was. Maybe it was before that, honestly. But it's all going to be very good right now. I'm not going to be surprised if this gets broken very quickly.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's great in any Ruby comp. Amber Ruby should play this because, especially with Mufasa right now, and you can get anything out with that. A Chernobog deck, you play Chernobog for free on here, and that gets you 2 lore. It's just you're getting something for playing a character that you might not have gotten anything for. Who cares if it gets exerted? Someone's got to go take it out. Go take it out. That's fine. You're wasting your character to take out my character. I've gotten 2 lore of it. Most of the time, we're not going to get that much lore off a character to begin with the way that removal is right now. Yeah. I really, really think a combination of this and Lumiere right now is superior. Yeah. I really like this. We're going to see how it works out because I was really high on the Queen last set, and then that turned out to be not useful at all. But this one looks a lot better.
I could see this card being ridiculous. Like you said, I could see it literally taking off, especially, like you said, combining with Lumiere, getting 3 lore off of a turn 4 goat. Like, that's disgusting.
It could be turn 4. Yeah, because that's just one Tinkerbell. You have multiple Tinkerbells out.
Oh, man.
It's a lot really fast.
That's kind of scary. Yeah. Especially
I'm
later
assuming
down.
It's only going to be 2 lore no matter what.
Yeah.
Because you have to, it's like a cost of the ability.
Yeah.
So you can't, once it's exerted, you can't exert it a second time for the second Tinkerbell.
Of course. Well, I don't know about that.
So, yeah, do they all...
It's whenever you play a character, you may exert it to gain 2 lore.
Yeah, so both triggers will go in the bag. You'll exert one, and then you can't exert the second. You can't exert it the second time because it's already exerted.
I wonder how that's going to play out.
That's a good question.
If it's going to stack.
I'm going to bring to the rules chat while we're talking right now. If that's the case, I still think it's very, very good. But in my play testing about 2 hours ago, I definitely got 8 lore off of this thing, like that. Because I had that many things. I went for it was 9. I had 9 lore that I got off of it, and I went from 13 to win the game in a turn just by bouncing I bounced the goat twice off of it. So Let me find out about that. This is a good point, Jimmy. I'm going to ask a question really quick. We're going to come back to this, but keep going. Y'all talking about it for a second.
All right, Robbie, what do you think? Tinkerbell, you playing her? You think
No,
it's
it's
meta changing?
I don't know. Look, I think right now, going into this next meta, I don't see it being played long. Because I don't see it surviving. And like anything with steel. After rotation, that's a completely different story. All right?
Yeah.
I think because of her, because of that Tinkerbell, you're going to see a ton of more steel because of that exact combo he just said with Tinkerbell and Genie.
Lumiere and Goat.
Genie.
And
yeah,
Genie.
and
Yep.
Goat. And Genie, like those 3 or 4 is going to be like, people are going to steal it. They're going to, the second they see it is dying. Fire the cannon's coming back. Get ready. Black Hat dead. Like it's going to die on enter. Like they're going to figure out a way to kill it like that.
I mean,
Because
you had
it's
to with
brutal.
Flynn. You had to respond to Flynn, Ryder. You're going to have to respond to this. The difference with this card is that you simply can play it, and then if you have enough ink, play your other stuff immediately. You don't have to wait, and that's what makes it way better than Flynn. I can do all of it on my turn without having you kill it.
Yeah.
Banish it. Whoops.
Late in game, do you think this is a 4 of Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we're gonna preview another card in a little bit that pairs with this perfectly. But more to come on that. Go
Let's
ahead.
go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna talk about the Rhino really quick.
Go for the Rhino.
Everyone right now hates the Rhino. I get it. I understand. It's a shift that it's really you can only play it earliest as turn 3, or it's going to banish itself. Totally understand it. This is our bounce card after rotation, and the way things may look later on, it's the only one that's surviving right now. I do think now all of a sudden that some of the Mim and or Merlin cards make it through rotation. They did not release a new Merlin with this Mim. It was the first time that happened. We also got our first vanilla Mim. Interesting. I don't know what that means just yet, but it's interesting that occurred. But a bounce mechanic making it another year probably is going to be a limited card. I don't think I'm playing it during set 8, but post rotation, it'll probably be in some decks.
Yeah.
Because on turn 3 I can have a 6/5 card, and that's great.
Yeah, I mean, Well,
Yeah.
if we get a turn 1 Mim, yeah, but like that's
It's you. We already have a turn 2 Mim that's going to be in rotation. It's the skateboard Mim.
Oh,
So you just shift onto that and get rid of your 1-drop, and then all of a sudden, depending on rotation, what other new songs and stuff come out, I can sing a 6-cost song on turn 3. You could technically sing a Pirate's Life on turn 3 with this card right now, when the set comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's doing that, but it's there.
Yeah.
BKU on turn 3 is very good, though.
Yeah, that is. It could be. Jimmy, what you got on this Madam Mim Rhino?
Oh yeah, I like it a lot. The fact that you can, it's only a 2 shift to be able to sing a 6 song is pretty good. Even if you have to bounce another character, and it doesn't even really it doesn't have to be early in the game either. Like it just frees up ink to do other things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Robbie, you playing this? You playing this Rhino?
Absolutely. I'm trying to figure out what uninkables to drop to put this in there.
That's the
Like
problem.
it's just
right now.
that's the issue with it, right?
I know.
Is we've been so lucky that all of our mims have been inkable. Like all of our playable mims have been inkable. Even what was it? Elephant was inkable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dragons.
Right? Like we've gotten so lucky with all of them being
Dragons
inkable. But I will say this new Mim, Rhino Mim, is so strong. If Maui doesn't make it into rotation, this absolutely has to find a spot because it's gonna be it's gonna be the new Maui minus Rush. All right, like, and then again, like being able to bounce, like for instance, right, White Rose is staying. It's not going anywheres. But there's a world where you have, 6, 7, 8 ink. Like Taylor, gonna have that. He's gonna have some wild thing on the board. He's gonna have that the Tinkerbell on board, and then he's gonna play his character to exert it, and then he's gonna shift this thing for 2 with his 2 left over, and bounce something else back to the board out of his hand that he exerted the previous round, and then get to exert this to gain 2 more lore again, and then all of a sudden he's gained in 2 turns 6 lore, and put another card back in his hand already. I'm telling you, like,
Sounds great.
It's gonna see play. Like, even I think more after rotation, especially if Maui goes, because you have to find something. I don't like it coming in a turn later than Maui does, but if Maui goes, you need to find a replacement. I think this is it for 2. Getting it out on 3 is very easy, especially if you get a Mim on 2, because even if they kill you 1-drop, you can still on 3 play a 1-drop. Shift for 2, bounce that 1-drop you just played back to your hand, which is what people do with Mims now. They play a 1-drop, drop, on turn 4, drop a 1-drop, drop 3 costs, rush Mim, bounce that 1-drop back to the hand, kill whatever they got. Now, neither you got boards. So they're going to do the same thing with this.
All right, let's hit that Mushu. I love him. He's one of my favorite characters. Mushu coming in hot with this freaking effect. Whenever you play another character, they gain Rush, Reckless, and Evasive. That's almost all of them. If it's missing Ward and Singer, if a guy gained them all, it would have them all. But this is a ridiculous effect. Taylor, go into your reason on why you think this is a good card.
It does everything. It takes out a genie. It's shift 4. You're gonna have a Mushu out. They printed more Mushus. It allows all of your cards going forward. And look, you got to find the ink. You got to find the draw. I think the Desperate Plan gave this color set, both of them, draw. It just does so. Everything you play becomes a challenger. There are, I can't say challenger. Everything you play can challenge immediately. And that's great. Yeah. Great idea. Perfect, actually, to make it red steel. Would have been wild if it was just ruby. I think they probably should have done resist instead of evasive, even if it was just like resist 1. Because if not, honestly, it just looks like a ruby card. However, you couple this with Li Shang from last set. And all these things that can challenge ready characters. Yeah. It is an overwhelmingly good card that you will play on turn 4, setting up your board. It doesn't die to Zeus. It's solid, very solid. I'm surprised it doesn't cost more. I'm actually surprised this card isn't uninkable. But I'll take it. I like it. You're going to see 4 of these in every Ruby Steel deck.
So my question is, it shifts on 4. Isn't the other Mushu a 5?
3.
He's not a 3.
There's a 3-drop now. There's a new Mushu.
Just new one. Yeah. Okay.
The one that just gives Rush. Okay. Now you have this one you can shift on the next turn. Probably have 2 ink. You're not going to really do anything, but it just sets up for the future. Yeah. I also think it pairs well with the other Mushu from the last
set. I was going to say.
There is a Red Steel Mulan franchise deck that is
it's going to do some work.
Yeah.
Robbie, what you think?
There's 2 cards with this that instantly make this deck brutal. One is already a confirmed reprint, Captain Hook. That's going to be a 3/2 that you're going to play a 1-drop.
Good call.
Like, a lot of stuff is going. A lot of stuff. And that new Stitch. The new Stitch that whenever it banishes another character in a challenge, you gain a lure and draw a card. That 4-cost Stitch. Because now he's Rush, Reckless, and Evasive. He's a 3/4. You drawing a card, you gaining a lure. So if you play in this, you're shifting it on that 3-cost Mushu on 4. And he survives because he has 6 health, so you're not Zeusing it. Like, you could just cheese out a lot of cheap characters that do a lot of, like,
Rush, Reckless.
Yes, Red has a lot of characters that, like, they have a lot of upfront strength and not a lot of health, right? So you have, like, the the new Vanellope. That's a 3/1. That's inkable. That's a 2 cost. You have the old Pegasus 3/1, 2 costs. There's that Simba. There's that Simba.
We lost you, Robbie.
Oh God.
He doesn't even know.
He's out of here. He's
gone.
lagging. He's lagging bad.
Jimmy, what you think?
I'm a Red Steel hater. That's what I think. I mean, maybe if they get enough challenge-rated cards. I mean, they're just not enough. Like, the deck can't gain lore unless it draws the other Mushu.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Or it has to play a bunch of early drop 2 questers and hope that you have to challenge them to be able to challenge back. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't, the play style of it isn't good enough currently for the meta, is my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it got better with this set.
Like, this card is good. Like, the stat line makes this card really good.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just the full deck build around it is not there yet.
Yeah. Well, with Robbie out of here right now, let's just move on to the next list, which I believe is yours, Jimmy.
All right.
And these 2 interesting cards are I like them. I like them. What do you got, Jimmy? Let's start with the jeweled collar.
All right. Yeah, the collar is card draw. It is a 2 mana or 2 ink item that draws you a card every time you're challenged. That
Basically.
is huge. And so you can just stop inking on turn 3 most of the time. On some sort of aggro deck. You can even play it in more like a control deck. Like I've seen already people brewing up blue-green builds with, Bend to My Will and Clarabelles and all that with this card too, Ink Geysers. I think it's really good. I think it will see play in both versions, the aggro and the control versions of blue-green.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a
it
fan.
really
I'll be brewing with it for sure.
Yeah, it really allows you to, if you want to ramp up, like go really item heavy with this deck and go that on 2, Fishbone on 3. Obviously, you need characters for this to come into play, but you could really start ramping up and maybe, get to that 7 faster to, discard your opponent's hand or slap down a Clarabelle or whatever you need after your hand's gone or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, it allows you to play, like, you can play Curse Merfolk and 2-drop Flynn and Prince John with this.
True.
And now you're getting so much value out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rotation.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Taylor? Jewel?
I think it's great. I think it's an awesome card. It should have been uninkable. It should have been.
Nope.
We at least there's at least I will say the new dual ink Madame Medusa in Amethyst Ruby and the new 4-drop Cusco can at least send this back to your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful if you're going to do that. There's a card I didn't bring up that I'm just waiting to see how things kind of shake out with, but I'm not worried about it right now. I think this is a great card. I feel like it should have been uninkable because it does a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot of ramping that can be done. I mean, I guess you'll end up decking yourself out if you do too much, but I mean, no one's going to do that. I mean, we'll see.
But I mean,
Also,
even like
Jim, you're correct about the Tinkerbell ruling, by the way.
The Ward version of the aggro deck that Woody was playing, right? Like, again, it lets you stop. It lets you get to the metals to be able to play them a lot easier.
Yep. I don't know. It should have been unequal. It should have been. I can already see this card becoming a problem, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Robbie, what you got on the jewel collar? You there? You doing good? Do you look good now?
A bunch of the Grandma Tyler Spirit of the Ocean.
Yeah.
That's
Jeez,
brutal.
yeah.
Like, just you play her, and then you just go, can't remove her. Just go ahead and challenge, and I'm just gonna one piece you over and over and over again, and I'm just gonna cheat myself one lore at a time.
That does
Jock
seem...
and Lyle.
Yeah, dropping Lyle too with this is kind of disgusting too. Yeah, I didn't even think of 2-drop Grandma. You played like Grandma on 2, this on 3 with a 1-drop Popsicle, or something with it, and then just Quest with Grandma. You're gonna get 2 ink from it on the following. I mean, when they attack the following turn, that's kind of ridiculous. You're going from 3 to 6 in 1 turn technically, which is pretty good numbers for red.
It's why Into the Unknown was really good to not be a Sapphire only card.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy. Mickey Mouse, the big boy, the giant mouse. What you got on this guy?
I mean, he's only going to go in 1 deck for sure.
Yep.
But
purple steel.
Sure, yeah, exactly. The purple steel, but the green steel deck, and you have multiple ways to abuse it with Return to Hercules, the Queen that makes you discard to gain lore, and Green Hades. So you can sack Sticky Mickey to put this in play. You can sack this to play another one to do all the damage. And then you have all the loot effects to deal with all the uninkables you're going to have with like Mulan and Simba's. So I think there's something there for sure. I don't know how it all shakes out and works completely yet, but there's definitely a deck there that I think we'll see play.
Do you think it's a 4-of?
Yeah, I think it has to be a 4 of.
Yeah.
With the like Hades combo and stuff?
Yeah.
With the Sticky Mickey? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so then you'd also, like, I'm trying to think what other large steel and...
Goofy.
There's Goofy, there's... I mean, even, like, Simba. Like, the 1-drop Simba and 7-drop Simba. Like, that's pretty good to go in there. And there's the Genie on the Job. And something, So there are... how the filler of the deck to be able to draw... Like, even just getting a Clairbot out early could be good, too.
And this thing is a 10/10 bodyguard, and when this character is banished, just banished, deal 5 damage to the opposing player's characters, to each of them, just like a swords effect. That's crazy. That's a big card. Taylor, what do you think it's going to be played in? You think it's going to be only green steel? I see that the Mickey just in time is coming. No one's going to expect it. It's just going to demolish.
I don't think it's going to be just in green steel. I think it fits the best in green steel. I think it's also going to have a home in... You're going to hate this, Jimmy. Yeah,
Red
it
steel.
is. I think it's red steel.
Red.
Ruby steel. Trumpeter Mickey can play a character for free. Mushu and the last legendary Mickey we had, where you get to play a character for free.
Yeah.
There's some synergy there.
Now that Mickey can rush on
and
turn
now
5.
it comes out as a 10/10 rusher that if for whatever reason your opponent is also playing a Mickey, you're going to do 10 damage. It's a lot. I think there's multiple plays for this card. I truly believe it's a 4 of in those builds. I don't know if it's outside of those 2 builds, and I really do think that it's in Emerald Steel more than anything else. I think there's way too many ways in Emerald Steel to cheat it out. But yeah, definitely like this card a lot. Good card.
Robbie, what you think? Big Mick.
That card's brutal. I said it multiple times. That card's it's ridiculous. It's just, I think we had, it was the green steel. I had thought about it this past weekend when it came out, like when they had released it, being able to have that Hades where you can exert and banish. Like if you could get 2 on the field, which is very possible if you lose some of this removal, that you can banish the Sticky Mickey, play one of these, he's on the field, and then use another Hades to banish this one, deal 5 damage to everything on the board, and then replay another one. Yeah. So you can technically board. Now, granted, who's gonna pull that off? Me, I'm gonna try, but I mean, I've seen crazier things happen, right? Like I've definitely seen crazier things happen than that. So I think it's gonna. I don't know if people play 4, definitely 2, because 10's a big deal. You run into an aggro deck and you got 4 of these and you got 2 of them, the 3 of them in your hand that you can't ink, and you ain't playing anytime soon. You can have a minute to ramp out of this, but I definitely could see at least 2 being played.
What I do find funny is people are going to get this off, play this big Mickey, and feel so strong with it, and exerted bodyguard, and then it's just gonna get that new Elsa card like right away into the ink well. It's not gonna get
Oh my god! If they get 3 cost into Inkwell, I'd be so fucking mad.
That's why the card is good in the green steel deck, because when you're playing as purple, you just play the queen line and just gain 5 lore.
Yeah.
By discarding it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Discarding it would be pretty nice. Gaining that 5, but we'll see. I like the cards. I think they'll definitely see in the meta. Let's take a look at your next 2. Your next 2 are questionable, very questionable cards.
One is not questionable, and that is Prince John.
It's not questionable at all.
That card.
That's a beautiful card. It was one of my picks, but Jimmy got 2 before.
Yeah, it'll be played in basically any of the Ruby decks.
Yeah.
Because in Amethyst, you can move the damage. In Amber, you can heal it. In Blue, it's just a fat body. You can just go Tinkerbell, Prince John, Scrooge.
Yep.
Beef.
Wow. Yeah, it really synergizes with that new Tinkerbell.
It's so good. This is a wonderful card.
And Blue's got healing too with popsicles and what else?
It sure does.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be really...
I think I just heard Ben say Pobby somewheres.
It would work well. Yeah. Great call, Jimmy. I saw you posted it, and I was like, oh, yep, okay. I'm playing it. I need 4 of them. Here's the thing. It would be good even without Tinkerbell, right? But because of Tinkerbell, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It only costs 3. Correct call to make it uninkable. 100% the right call to make this card uninkable.
Knowing Tinkerbell is coming out, yeah, for sure.
Yep. It's also a turn 5 play with Tinkerbell and this to gain 2 lore.
True.
Those combos of those 2 are so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. 10 ink, you can do it twice if you have 2 and 2 in hand. I've already done in just like very limited playtesting with this. The combination is great. I'm glad that we'll have it for another year. I'm playing it. Y'all play whatever you need to. This is in every Ruby build. It is taken over. In some cases might be the same as Flynn Sisu. This is just Tinkerbell, Prince John. And Sisu's still around, by the way. You should play both. Truth be told, if I had the option to play Sisu or Prince John, depending on what I was playing against in my opponent's board, I'm probably playing Sisu still. So just, because you're exerting these cards anyway. So they can be challenged, and you have to remember that you could be sacrificing the card. Yeah. But man, when this Prince John came out, I immediately, and it was before the Tinkerbell, I was like, yeah, that's definitely going in every Ruby deck. And it just synergizes with so many other things.
Yeah. Jimmy, what decks are you playing this thing in? Like what decks are you playing it in? All Ruby decks? Like I see it has really good synergy with Rapunzel. Obviously the new Tinkerbell, but what are you playing in this deck?
Yeah, I think the first one for sure be the Amber Ruby build and a purple Amethyst build, just for all the new damage moving. You always have damage because they're always, if they're not playing characters, you're winning the game. So
yeah,
right,
true. Robbie, what you think about that Prince John?
This card is insane because you have, they want to pair it with the Tinkerbell. But I have already thought about pairing this card against an aggro matchup with another card that we're going to look at later for mines, that it's just brutal. Like, it's just a brutal card that technically going into this next set, on turn 4, this card can very well be an 8/5. Because Crab's still around.
It is.
That's insane. That is insane. That if
It's
you
really
can't-
good.
if you don't have the removal, for him, and you can't play 5 characters in a turn, which is going to be very hard to do on your turn 3 or turn 4.
Yeah.
This card survives a lot, and to be a 5/5 on turn 3 has to be arguably one of the strongest. This has to be the strongest card on a 3-drop in Ruby, if not one of the strongest, because it's not like Mim. Mim's great, but you have to bounce it, right? Like you have to, there's conditions to it. This is an unconditional card that if you don't have the removal for it, and even then, if I'm playing Steel Song and you're gonna waste enough songs to do 5 damage on this thing or Zeus it, go right ahead. Because on what I'm gonna follow up on 4 is gonna be way worse for you than what I'll have on 3. So if you're gonna do this, if I'm gonna play this and you're gonna waste 2, either a Zeus or 2 to 3 other songs to get rid of this, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Go for it, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a really strong card. Like y'all said, it's going to be in a lot of the Ruby decks, and it's just going to be a powerhouse. Like I said, it might be a 3 of, maybe a 4 of. We'll see. But it's uninkable. That's the hard part. Let's move on to Antonio Madrigal. Jimmy, what you got on this card? What is this card?
This is the best card in the set.
Oh,
And
man.
unfortunately, it's unplayable.
It sure is.
This
What?
ability, like tutoring and having an unconditional tutoring for a cost, is broken. And having you can do it over and over and over again. But again, it's in Amethyst, and it's just terrible. But I think eventually, 4 years down the line in Infinity format, it'll be banned.
For those that don't know, tutoring is just searching through your deck to find what you need to. But continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. Magic terms. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, if somehow maybe they start printing some sort of removal for this color combination instead of just searching and
Draw.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
yes.
goldfish. Like the deck just goldfishes. There's no
Yeah.
interaction. It just you play with yourself.
Yep.
It's funny that they even have World's Greatest Criminal Mind as like a card.
Yeah.
That's very odd in that color base, but
I assume they would start making more cards like that.
yeah,
I
they
have a
need-
feeling
they
it
need
has to be coming. It looks like the Singer deck is going this route.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
but yeah, best card in the set. Also, worst card in the set.
Best card to set.
It's the best potential card in the set. That's also awful. I agree with what you said. Yeah.
It's the worst card now until all of Antonio's animals come out. And there's like 16 3-cost animals that whenever Antonio's on the field, he gains this and he gains that, or you gain this and you gain that. And all of a sudden it's going to be brutal.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see later down the line. You're calling it now, Jimmy. I like that. We'll see later on. We'll come back to this episode one day and say Jimmy was wrong because this card sucks. This card's
There's
bad.
only two cards that search the deck, right? Merlin and this, right?
And there's Mini,
Yeah. Okay, Mini.
the
yeah.
Shift Mini.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, right. Yep.
I don't think it's bad. I'm joking, but
islands I pulled up from the sea. Pulled from
Oh
the
yeah,
sea?
that one too. Yeah, you can
There's
search for
locations. Just
locations.
location.
That's the discard, though, right?
No, it's your deck.
Oh.
Oh,
It's your
okay.
deck.
All right. Whoops. All right.
The mini that when you put a card in your inkwell, you can
Oh,
bring one
that's what I'm
back from
thinking.
the
Yeah.
discard.
That's the discard, yeah.
all right. Well, with those two cards gone, let's go to Robbie's setup of cards. Is it meta or bustin', Robbie? You can start us off with Lugwid Von Drake.
That just look. I think blue yellow is going to be a thing next set, and now not having to play bare necessities anymore because you just put it on a body that's going to recycle itself back into your inkwell regardless. Just seems kind of broken. Like I'm very happy it's in blue yellow because just an amber card. This card it goes from, I would say, a mid-tier card to very overpowered really fast.
Yeah.
Like if you make this card just amber, like I can't see like it being a card that doesn't get played in almost every amber deck. So I'm very happy it's only amber blue which limits its potential severely, but still puts it in a rough spot of being able to drop this one too. And I get to put a body on the board, whereas bare necessities, you either have to sing it or worry about, not playing that character that turn. Yeah. So, and both of those exposes you terribly long run. So being able to play this, see your hand, get the knowledge, remove something that's not a character, and it goes into my inkwell, I think it's a very good card. I think it would be way better if it's just yellow, but where it's at now still is a good middle of the tier card.
So, I mean, it's so good with just the overall non-character is what I like about it. It's very specific. It says non-character. So we're talking items, locations, songs, actions, all of it. Like, it's not, I know, what's the song called? Bare Necessities. It's the same thing, but like you said, it's on a body where you don't really have to waste a singer. It's coming out. It is uninkable, and they made it fair being uninkable, but like, let's face it, Yellow doesn't really have too many uninkables that they play in the first place, other than like Daisy. It's honestly, it's a lot of the Ducks, which is hilarious. That are uninkable, but it's a really, really, really strong card. I see Yellow, Blue doing really well next set because they actually will have removal until who knows, the rotation of things. We might lose Let It Go. They might lose Hades. We'll see, but they're going to lose a lot of removal with this rotation, so I don't know if Yellow-Blue will be good after set 8 is my take on it. But what you think, Jimmy? This is something that you played recently. Was this a card that you would have played in your deck?
Yeah, so last week in set champs played Amber Sapphire and made top 8 somehow. Pretty cool. Yeah, but I don't know if I would have played this card. It doesn't have a good spot on curve currently in the decks that I was testing. Maybe there's a way to build with this. But I mean, it's a great card. Like, its abilities are great.
Yeah.
It's just awkward cost. Like, Bare Necessities is better because you can sing it.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be good to, play a Cindy and then Bare Necessities with her, check out that hand, see that there is 2 actions, play him behind it?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good play line for sure.
I mean, I think maybe Blue could start. I mean, yeah, I know Yellow has the removal, like kind of a discard feel for sure. And that play sounds kind of dirty if we're moving into a meta with a lot of actions and songs and locations and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty, I mean, like you said, it's weird on curve because it's not really doing much for you. And who knows when it will die, but I mean, it's getting you lore. But yeah, what you think, Robbie? Taylor, what you think on this card?
I think that this would have been perfectly fine just as an Amber card, to be just real honest. I understand why it's this way. It's one of the other ones that I thought was like, well, at least they designed something with the dual link, like out of it being somewhere. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's uninkable is fine, but it's just a better Emerald inkable Ursula. I mean, it just is. So this color combination has that option now. The uninkable part of it does make it difficult to play in the color combination. It would have made it difficult just for Amber, but even in Sapphire as well. But it's something that people are going to have to remember is out there. It's going to catch someone off guard. It could do a lot. It's an Amber Steel deck is just going to get torched by this if they opened up with a whole new world or something. Yeah. And it's in their hand. You're immediately getting rid of that. It's going to see play in this color combination. I think you find a place to put it in. It's just good. It's discard for the non-discard color. That's always good.
All right. Well, I think it's one of the best cards in the set. Maybe. We'll see. Might be a bust. We don't know. Robbie. Cricky.
Love it. I think there's multiple times where I have 2 other exerted characters in play. Now, it is a 4 cost, so anything red, purple It's like they take everything that's a pretty decent card, a pretty good card, and they just slap it in 4. I mean, at least they made this one inkable, thankfully. But just to be able to cheat out 2 extra lore, just by having 2 other characters exerted, I like. Because there's definitely times where I see I can get it, but also if I know I can't get it, he's still a 4/3 that I could just slap something with.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you could also have the 2 1-drops for the next play to play them down. And then, well,
Or
I
if
guess they have to be exerted, right? They do.
You
have
pull
to be
Taylor's
exerted. Wow.
thing. You pull Taylor's thing. You have Tinkerbell on field, and then she doesn't get removed. You have this on field. You play something with 5 more. You exert that. You quest the Tinkerbell. Now all of a sudden you've gained 2 from the Tinkerbell, and then you gain another 3 from this, so you went 5.
Yeah.
On the same turn, because your opponent didn't have the removal.
Good old Cricky. Jimmy, what you think about this Cricky?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a good card. Having the ability to get the extra lore. It's a solid body. It'll see play.
Yeah.
But it's not like too overpowered. It's,
Right.
just
Yeah.
solid card for meta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taylor, what's your take on it? You playing it?
You'll see it in my deck post rotation.
Post rotation. Yeah.
We have other 4-drops we have to play right now.
Yeah.
It can't be this one. Might have been a different story if it was like a 5/2 and it paired with Tinkerbell as well. I need my 4s to draw cards right now or get me lore. That's the curve. So we're gonna pass, but I will see it after rotation, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Cricky. Let's go to your next 2 cards. Let's take a peek. Last 2 cards, guys.
Okay, so
Mother Gothel and Maui.
we'll start with Maui because I want to leave Gothel last. But this Maui's insane. This Maui is sick. Like especially in green steel, to be able to quest for 3, and it's whenever he is banished, not during your opponent's turn. So you could use him to smash into stuff, and then you could technically use him to smash into something, and then put and this is the key word, put 2 damage counters on all opposing characters.
Yeah.
So you're not doing damage, so he gets past resist.
Yes.
Which is insane. Or you could banish every item.
Yeah.
Or all the locations. This card and it's an inkable, and it's 6, and Chance is gonna play 4 of them, and it scares me.
It quests for 3. Holy
Quest for
It's good.
3. And whenever it dies, like when you go into this, something bad's happening to you.
Yeah.
Like he's playing this, and he's going to. Like, if you take it off the field, something bad's happening to you. Like you're either gonna have 2 damage characters put on all your characters, so your resist means absolutely nothing. You're gonna lose all your items in blue-red, or you're gonna lose all your locations again in blue-red or purple-red. Your locations are gone. It's a brutal. I think it is maybe one of the best cards printed from this set, and I'm very happy it's just in green steel, because at least after the rotation they're gonna lose Diablo, hopefully.
Potential.
There's a potential. Taylor, what do you think about this Maui?
I think it might single-handedly have Tremaine reprinted. That's how good I think this card is. That's how good I think this card is. Options are always great in any game. And the fact that there's no conditions on the banished means that it is a perfect candidate for Into the Unknown. It is a perfect candidate for Let It Go. I'm not going to be surprised if all of a sudden people start seeing that Yzma, that bounce cards back to the deck, come back in Amethyst deck solely because of this card. I am extremely happy that its stats are only 4/4. I think it is a great super rare. I will die on anywhere just thinking that super rares and legendaries should be overpoweringly wonderful cards. And this is one of them. This is a very, very, very good card. I'm glad, unless I'm very mistaken, that there's no way to give this thing rush. so that it can take out something and then eliminate everything. So great card. Four of them. Four of them in anything. You'll see four of them after rotation. You're going to see four of them for the next year, and you'll see four of them in Infinite with this color combination. It's here to stay.
Yeah. Jimmy, you playing this card? You playing this Maui?
I think so, because of all the options you have. You can use it as an aggressive card to quest for 3. You can use it to get back in the game by challenging and dealing damage, or killing all the locations, or killing all the items. So the fact that it has so many options makes this a great card.
Yeah, I think so too. The quest for 3 is really big. It's kind of like their version of Gaston. You know, like the 6-drop one. I mean, obviously they total different effects, but same everything. I think it's a really good card. It's gonna really make their opponent think about how to remove it, and it's almost always never going to be the play they want to take. So it's going to be a problem. It's also going to be a problem when Green Steel is up like 16 to like 10, and they just need like 2, 3. That extra 3 lore it's just so much lore for Green Steel. Like Green Steel's biggest problem is they lore so slow. With Crickies in this card in the deck now, I think once they get to 5 and 6, they're going to be zooming to 20. So it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a really, really good card. It's going to be a tough card for non-blue decks to deal with, for sure. You still got Hades, like you said. Hades, Let It Go, and Into the Unknown to get rid of this character without any effects, going through. But that's like what? That's not many decks are going to be playing all those cards.
Right.
So I think it's a great card. Robbie, why don't you move on to Mother Gothel?
This may be one of my favorite purple red cards. It's my favorite dual link for sure.
Why is that, Robbie?
It's the chains. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. It's chains. Its ability just leaves you with so many options, right? Like, there's a lot of characters you have that if I would be able to, like Genie, perfect instance, Genie. I play Genie on 4, you can't remove it, but on 5, I need to remove stuff. Now, I could do 2 damage to the Genie, make it a 3/4, but only 2 health left, ram it into something to kill it, and I'm bringing it right back to my hand.
Yeah.
I'm putting it right back into my hand. So it's another version of bounce that gives you you gain the leverage off of killing of your own character dying. I've even thought about looking at putting this with maybe 1 or 2 Sumerian talismans in my deck, because then again you rush, you kill it, it's banished, it goes back to your hand, so then you draw a card for it, and then next turn I can play Genie back, draw another card again, and just constantly kind of cycle these really low cost cards that are surviving 1, 2, 3 turns that maybe wouldn't have done it before. So I could take a lot of these cards that are not phenomenal and some of these cards that are phenomenal and just make them a little bit better, because I'm going to kill you stuff, and then I'm going to just bring it back to my hand. And then another reason being is if you have that 2-cost Rhino Mim, and I shifted it, and I know I can run into something, and kill something, but if I would just have 1 or 2 more damage on this character, I can then run into it, kill the Mim, and then bring both of those cards back to my hand. And now I have a 2-card swing my way, and I took out something, making her a 7/5. I just feel like there's a good opening, especially with the damage movement going around. There's just a really good opening for this card.
Yeah, I think it really pairs well with Maui, Rabbit, because even with Rabbit says when it leaves play, this is still going
Goat.
Goat, same
Goat's
thing.
phenomenal still.
It puts your Goat up to a 5/3, which is pretty big. I think you might be right.
White Rose is staying next set.
Yeah,
because that was a set 6 card. I mean, White Rose, you played it on 3, you played us on 4. do the 2 damage to Rose. Rose is a 4/3 with 1 health left. Kills something, comes back to your hand. Next time replaying the game, the lore again. I don't get it on the leaving, but I'm getting it on the going in. It gives you options with your cards, with purple's cards and red's cards that have 3 health, but kind of a little bit stronger on the strength end, to be able to run in this stuff when you maybe only needed +1 challenger. But then also just being able to put that card back into your hand, to me, is a huge deal.
And she's a shift target for Tremaine, and no, I guess not. So there's no
her shift cards in green.
Yeah. So I mean, it also helps you get your Tremaines and Medusas back. Once you play them, you don't have the bounce. You can rush, not rush, but attack with it afterwards with this card, and then return it back to your hand and keep your removal and stuff. It's a decent card. I think it's good. Jimmy, do you think you're gonna be using this in red purple?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The ability is too good not to.
Yeah.
Being uninkable kind of sucks, but because there's so many good uninkable cards in the color combo. But the ability just to get that character back after challenging is pretty good.
Yeah. I believe that's the last of it. I mean, Taylor, you playing this Mother Gothel? Yeah, did I talk to you?
I am, but I don't know where it's going just yet.
I was gonna say, you're gonna have 8 uninkable 2-drops.
Right now, my deck has 24 uninkables. It's pretty high. No, I'm kidding. I've built something out for set 8, but it's not this. I think this is a good card. I like the ability. We had this ability before with
Fairy Godmother.
Fairy Godmother, that was it. Thank you. Which was
5
inkable, 5 cost. I think it was the shift one though. I think you can get it out. I think it was like a shift 4 though, or something.
Shift 3, but they only had a 4-drop of her.
Yeah, that was
so
it.
there was no point even shifting.
Right. So it's really good to have. I don't know what spot it's taking. I don't know if I'm playing it this next set from the jump. You're definitely never playing this on 2. It's a later game card.
Yeah.
But there probably is going to be some combo of giving a character rush, playing this, bouncing a character back that can challenge, replaying it, and repeating.
Yeah.
There's probably something there. I would go look at Imperial Proclamation if anyone's interested in trying to figure that out. I'll let someone else do it. But Imperial Proclamation, by the way, every time it was a ruby item, when you challenge, the next character costs 1 less, they just keep stacking until something's for free. So it'll see play. I don't know when though. I don't know when. Yeah.
Well, that's all the cards we have for tonight, and I believe that's where we're going to cut it for Tavern Talk episode 10. We just wanted to cover a couple of new cards. We got the set coming out. We got set champs this weekend. I guess we can talk a little bit more about our set championship season towards the end. We still have 2 more weeks of championships, 3 more total that I believe most of us will be attending, maybe 2. But a lot of us are doing really well. I think these championships are going well, but we'll see. But till next time, I really appreciate having y'all on. Robbie, Jimmy, Taylor, thanks for everything. We did great. Y'all have a good one. Hope y'all enjoyed our review on the cards.
Thanks. See y'all later.
Later.
Under the beams, where the shadows dance, a tankard of ale in each eager hand's chance. The snuggly duckling, a haven so bright, with laughter and cards under candlelight. Shuffle the deck, let the fortunes unfold. In the snuggly duckling, their stories retold. With kings and queens and a jokester's cheer, this merry old pub will always hold dear. Rogues and knights with a glimmering eye, Bet their last coin as the moments fly. The jester hums tunes, the wench taps her toes. A world full of mischief where anything goes. Shuffle the deck, let the fortunes unfold. In the snuggly duckling, the stories retold. With kings and queens and a jokesters cheer, this merry old pub will always hold dear. With a glimmering eye, bet their last coin as the moments fly. The jester hums tunes, the wench taps her toes. A world full of mischief where anything goes. Shuffle the deck, let the fortunes unfold. In the snuggly duckling, their stories retold. With kings and queens and a jokester's cheer, this merry old pub will always hold dear. Pass me the cards and a swig of your brew. Aces to dragons, we're breaking through. The firelight flickers, the stakes run high. This game of the daring neath the darkened sky. The snuggly duckling, where whispers converge, tales of old glories and heroes emerge. The cards hold their secrets, your destiny's fate. A knave could be royal if fortune creates.